Yeah, this used to be a really pretty place. Even part of the walls falling down.
They tore Mike's pine tree down.
Uh-huh.
That's where it used to be.
Hi.
The old back porch.
Look at that old honeysuckle.
The holly tree's still there.
What that big honeysuckle bush is on the back porch.
Wait a minute, something's wrong.
No, it's filming.
Okay. It's out of focus. It's out of focus again.
Well, it looks real blurry in the eyepiece, but it's really focused when you see the film.
No, it keeps going out of focus.
Drive on up.
Out Ross Street.
I just can't remember the names of the people that lived in these houses. I know Braggs lived on the end. She used to always give us a jar of honey every Halloween. Okay. 271 Fanny Street. Time is completely off on this film, but I don't have time to read it, so you're on, Mom.
Hi, Mike. John.
We did this once before, Georgie, about 6 months ago, and I accidentally erased the tape, so we're going to try again. We're going to go...
I can't think of a thing to say.
Yeah, I have that problem, too. It's much easier on this end of the camera than... You know, that tape that of Auntie and Uncle Mose's wedding anniversary has most of aunts and uncles. You know, Aunt Jo was there, and Uncle Gene, and so I have all them on tape. So I'm going to add this tape to that tape and send it to Georgie and Mike. And I have Wally and Ann and Ian and Natalie on that tape too, from last summer. So she'll get a nice view of everybody.
Let me tell her about Chuck Cool's next door.
Okay.
Well, there's a trial going on in Clarksburg now. Capucci or somebody. Head of a drug ring, where I stay. And,
Mom, wait 1 second. I need to turn the TV down.
Years ago. Never found any trace of them. So there's testimony through the trial that he killed them, put them in a barrel first, and took them out and fed them to the hog. Isn't that awful?
Who's this guy?
Mary, Chuck Cool's ex-wife.
Yeah, but I mean, who's the guy they arrested?
Well, she married a mechanic.
Was he from Grafton?
No, Clarksburg. They're mixed up in that drug ring.
The drug ring there.
They were mixed up in it, and it was a dispute over drugs.
So how long ago was he supposed to have killed them?
A couple of years.
And this all just came out in this drug trial that's going on now?
Yeah, we finally got him. And, of course, a lot of the ring now is testifying against him and others, so they'll get a light sentence.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it usually happens that way.
And so... But they said they couldn't prosecute unless they found the bodies. But if the hogs ate them, how are they going to find the bodies? Isn't that?
That's yuck. Would the hogs eat bones, too?
I don't think I'll eat pork anymore.
No, I don't think I will either. Recycled people. I'll sit. I think I just... Would you have a pen or a pencil there, Mom? This might be too sharp.
There's pens, there's pencils.
What?
We're gonna go.
Pockets pulled down.
We're gonna get ready and go up to the cemetery. Yeah, that'll work.
We're gonna get my pocketbook. You're younger than I am.
Let's see if I can set this.
I watch Quincy.
I like to watch Quincy.
I don't like that other. I think Jenny still watches Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
The cookie thing.
She watches that.
And I watched it for a while. But I usually try to watch Quincy. You know, I learned some things on here I didn't know
Scott,
before.
stand right there. I don't have it on. I'm just trying to record, fix the time. Let's see. Hold on there. Okay, here we go. That's AM. Okay, this is PM, right? Wait a minute, let me see what that says. Wait a minute. You gotta stand there. I can't do it.
Like this.
No, your yellow shirt worked the best. Yeah, right there. It's not fuzzy. I'm gonna do it up there too. But just in case for some reason the battery fails. You can't sit in front of the light because it gets...
Does this look all right?
Mm-hmm. I like you in red too, Mom. Sit in the chair.
I
Okay.
should take my dish out of here.
Tell Georgie you came down to visit me.
Tell Georgie that you went down to visit Margie.
Oh, yeah. I went down to visit Margie.
You went to the zoo.
Yeah, tell her everything you did. Well, not everything. I came up
Stayed for 8 days, rode the bike a lot.
Talking about my bike, Scotty, I had to have my wheel readjusted. No, it wasn't anything major. It's just from the weight. The spokes kind of got out of true, so they just took it in. They didn't charge me anything. I just don't know how to do that. They say you should let the experts do that anyway, adjust the spokes.
Wheel came loose.
The wheel come loose too? I didn't have the right crescent wrench to put that wheel, the bolt on real tight. So probably, I mean, you're bigger than I am.
Are you still
Filming?
filming and still talking?
Yeah.
That's okay, Mark.
No, wait, Scott. Tell her about the zoo. What'd you like the best about the zoo?
I don't know.
The birds.
The birds.
We have hummingbirds coming here too.
You have hummingbirds out
After,
here?
yeah.
Okay, Scott, I'll let you off the hook here, and you're gonna go
Wait till I
outside.
find my hat. Larry?
I don't know if we can reach outside. Scott, won't
I'll
you
take against the light.
bring
Made rounds over there. So I said, we're having a baby on the main side. I can't stay long. So Rosie, she's the old kid. Rosie said, we're having a baby too. Or maybe more than one and several. I said, where? She says, come on, I have to show you. So they took me down into the bathroom where it has a big tub, you know, and stalls. And there in a box, they cut it out like a basket, laid a female cat just about ready to have kittens.
Oh, no.
Biggest cat I've ever seen. She must be going to have 10 or 12.
This was over on the
And
nursing care
She
section?
had, I said, Rosie, does a day shift nose in? She says, no, I don't think so. I said, well, if anybody asks, nobody knows nothing. How this cat got in here, fixed this box. I said, what are you going to do with the kittens when they come? She says, well, if one's yellow, we're going to name it Ruth. So, but that cat, I reached down, laid there as contented as could be. I reached down, scratched her belly, and she says, meow.
Mom, you can't bring any of those kittens home.
I'm not. If one's yellow and it's named Ruth, it can't come down
You can't come here.
No. And so I said, Rosie, how long? Well, see, it come up around, they'd been feeding it outside. And they were afraid to leave her out there. Kind of got a little cold last night.
And they're afraid she'd have trouble with the
And
kittens.
she's afraid she'd have the kittens out there in the cold. And they brought her in. I said, well, keep it a deep, dark secret. But I said, she's going to have at least 12, I know. So,
What are they going to do with all those little kittens when they get born there?
well, we're going to have to do something with them.
You know, a lot of the nursing homes now have, they have pets. They have a dog or a cat resident that stays there, and the residents, the people love them. You know, they found that it really
I
benefits
know
them.
it does, but they wouldn't.
They
I
wouldn't
don't
allow
think
it
they
up
would
there.
approve of that up here. I had to tell a couple when I went back over, like Jessica. She wouldn't squeal on us.
Good.
But I think that there's Monty.
Hey, now Monty is a girl, but you.
Oh, there comes Larry. He's a boy.
Okay.
Come here, Larry. Kitty, kitty.
I'll zoom in on him.
He's after something.
Now wait a minute. Is Larry the one that had all the kittens?
No, that was Motown.
Motown. And that's the one you thought was a male, and it turned out to be a female.
Yeah, and this one's a male.
Larry does?
Yes, and I put him out, and I wake up, and he slowly crawls, and he's sleeping right up on my arm again. And I throw him out of bed again, and I guess he got mad today and left. He hasn't been back since.
Got tired of being thrown out of bed.
Yeah.
Okay, Georgie, we're going to sign off for now.
And that's why the tree's on each end of the lot.
Is that why they have the trees? Is Grandpa Weaver?
Uh-huh. And Grandma died when I was a baby. Grandma Weaver. And the Grandpa lived till I was about...
Any sunglasses in the car, Margie?
And
No.
what's in the car?
Sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
And I could do no right. And my younger sister, Jo Claire, could do no wrong. Anything happened, I was blamed for it according to Grandpa.
Sit in the shade, Scott.
And
Sit in the shade.
and
So you remember them a lot. You weren't too young
I
to...
was too young, but I was Grandma's favorite, they said, when I was a baby. But Grandpa, Jo Claire was his favorite.
And did Grandma and Grandpa Weaver live with Mama and Papa
Yeah.
for a while?
Until they died.
Was that over on Ross Street, or?
Yes. And,
It's 241 Ross Street. Now let's see, where's Grandma Weaver's grave? Right.
Mary Weaver, right next to you.
Let me get that on.
And Henry Morgan Weaver.
Weaver, 1845 to 1920. And see who?
Great grandmother.
Sure, Scotty's great grandmother, our great grandmother.
1920.
And Harry M. Weaver, 1848 to 1928. So Grandma Weaver died first.
Yes,
Any of these plots left for us?
Yes.
And
There's
here's Dad's. There's Mom's.
No, wait, let's see. Mammal's has the flowers in front.
Flowers.
Scott, I want you to move those flowers. Get a. And it says, Mom, Georgia Wright. I thought Mammal's middle name was Georgiana.
Her name was Arminda Georgia Wright.
Arminda?
Weaver Wright.
Arminda?
Arminda?
Manda or Armanda?
Armanda.
Georgia Wright. Gosh, she had a big name.
Yeah. Armanda and Arminda are coming back. A lot of people are naming children those old names now.
Those are pretty names. I'd never really heard them before. And what were her sisters' names? It was Chloe?
Lily was one.
She was 92 when she died.
Yeah. And
let's see, who's next?
that's my oldest brother, Paul.
No, wait, this is Papa's grave right here.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, can you brush that off a little bit and we'll see if we can and read what it says on there.
William C. Wright, private, CO, Division 1. I don't know.
West Virginia.
Spanish region.
American War, August 1st, 1877.
I remember Dad telling this tale, the West Virginia snakes.
What was 1956 the year he died? What was that, Mom?
In the Spanish-American War. They were captured, but the West Virginia snakes crawled out.
That's what the West Virginia region was called? West Virginia snakes?
No.
No.
The West Virginia something, but they called them the West Virginia snakes then, because they managed to tunnel their way out. And Dad had broad shoulders, and he held the whole line up till he got out too.
Wow.
Then they all followed.
Now this is before he was married that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
So he must have been like 18,
About
19.
18, yeah.
And
The
where
only
was?
ones who got away were the West Virginia crowd.
Huh. Where was he at? What?
I don't remember, but it was the Spanish-American War, and they were captured. And a lot of them were captured.
Mm-hmm.
But the West Virginia bunch tunneled out to come back and fight again.
They did the best. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now see, this is Paul's
And
grave.
this is my oldest brother, Paul. He died in 71. And his wife, Louise, she died in 73.
And now there's two more grave sites up here that
There's
are.
supposed to be one for me if I want it.
That's what Aunt Jenny said. That's.
Yeah.
And Scotty too. Scotty probably will be long gone from here whenever
Yeah.
his time comes. Hey, what? Go ahead.
I don't particularly want to be buried up here.
You don't?
I want cremated, and I want my ashes scattered over Canaan Valley.
Canaan Valley?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well remember that. Scott, you remember that? Scotty, you know what?
What?
I hope you're not pulling poison ivy out of there.
Okay. And my friend, that is poison ivy.
Scotty, no.
I don't catch it.
You'll catch
I
it.
don't catch it.
Believe me, you'll catch it doing that. You put that down. Drop that.
Poison ivy.
Scotty, drop that. You'll have poison ivy.
But there's poison ivy in that.
Scott, there's poison ivy in it. Please
Well,
don't.
coming up next week.
Okay, you can come up next week and bring your gloves. Now put that down, put that down. You know why? Because I get poison ivy.
I don't know what's happened to these trees.
Well, just drop it. Because see what happens is, if you don't get it, you'll put the poison ivy oil all over the car and I'll sit there and I'll get it.
And I pulled all that poison ivy up around the house.
I'm going to see if you get
So
this
he
poison
wouldn't-
ivy.
I won't get it.
Georgie and I used to get it terrible.
Carr is buried right up here someplace.
I'd like to stop at her. You think we could find their grave
I
too?
think I could.
Because I knew it was up here somewhere.
And then your father's grave, the last time I was up in the cemetery, I couldn't find it.
Now he's at the Catholic cemetery
Yeah.
right off of
And so's Maggie and Elmer.
Maggie and Elmer are also in the Catholic cemetery.
And
Scott, come here. I'll let you
I bet
film.
the cold winter did that to these trees.
I bet they
They
did too.
froze. That's the way our heads look, wouldn't it?
You just push that button again. And just kind of take a panoramic view. You can get Mom and I talking here for a while, so I'll be on the tape too.
It's kind of blurry.
Well, it'll look blurry to you, but... Was that after Allen or?
Karen's the youngest. After Karen, the youngest.
Or Paula Joe was the youngest.
And Paula Joe was the youngest.
I mean, I knew she had a baby boy that died at birth.
Well, they stopped and I was up there. When they come off the elevator with the baby, lie head. And I said, had sighing respirations.
So much.
You look for trouble.
So the baby, they did a C-section, the baby was okay at first.
Well, it had sighing respiration.
Okay. Right here. At 12:30.
What?
Well, her name's not crossed out, so she didn't cancel, but there's no X, which means we don't bill her for today. Well, that means she never showed up. Pack.
Wolf. Yes, that's the way. Good clue.
They couldn't find James. That's a big hospital.
Yeah.
But,
Pick up on that stuff right away.
And I was angry with Shane because he wouldn't let Joe know till morning. And I stayed with her all night so no one could get in there and tell her.
Tell her that.
And she talked about the baby all night long. And me sitting there, couldn't say a word.
Didn't say anything.
Then she just goes hysterical the next morning. When I said, Dr. Shane, you should have told her last night and she should have seen the baby.
I think so too. That's the big mistake they used to make, was not letting them see the baby.
And all she saw the baby was in the casket.
That's terrible.
And Joe, that's when Joe started putting on weight.
Right after
So help me. I think it's a psychological shock.
From that.
And
Georgie, here we are up at Bluemont Cemetery. I always like this cemetery because you really can see all of Grafton from up here. I like it much better than the Catholic cemetery. But when you turn, make sure you don't aim it right at the sun. There's no way you really can unless you do it on purpose.
come down here, Scotty, and get some of this down.
And this, looking up that way is, where? Which direction? Do you know?
This is east.
Okay. Down there, that's the
And
west
that's
side.
west. This is east.
side.
This is
Parkview.
north. That's west.
Okay.
And there's west.
And that isn't Parkview up that way? Not Parkview.
West is that way. East is this way. North this way. Better than the north. This side.
It's always so peaceful up here.
I used to come up here a lot to Francis. Francis is one of my aides. And
Did she?
her husband was custodian up here.
Oh, okay.
And I used to come up there a lot.
I remember the pond they have down there with the goldfish.
And I bet the cold weather did this to the...
Well, you know, they've really grown a lot from when I was a little girl. I remember
Yeah.
they were a lot shorter. Looks like who's ever taking care of the grounds is doing a lot better job now.
Yeah.
Grass is cut and trimmed around the
I don't know who has it now. Somebody does. And they're getting a little more money to be operated too.
Go up and find
Let's go on up and find the other one.
my grandmother Carr's. We'll turn it off. Well, what year did she die?
46. While he was still overseas.
Oh, so that was before you guys were married. And she had a heart condition?
He was in Germany.
Oh, I didn't know Daddy was stationed in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
What part of Germany?
How?
You remember?
We bagwheezing, or I don't know.
That sounds, yeah, that sounds familiar.
Someplace like that.
Probably where
Had
the...
bacon in it, though.
So she...
46?
Yes.
What from?
Heart. Well, they found her dead. She was on morphine
Uh-huh.
for at least 10, 12 years before she died.
And was that for...
And at times her addiction was worse than her heart.
Okay.
It couldn't have been much worse, but actually it kept her living longer.
Uh-huh.
And then she had left Mr. Carr,
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
and she was living over in Clarksburg with somebody. And they found her dead on the floor. She'd been dead about 3 days when they found her.
Come back there.
And your father always thought it was from the lack of the morphine. And
That she died.
but there was an autopsy done. So I went to the coroner then, it's a medical examiner now, over in Harrison County. And he said no. He said she had just given herself morphine. She she'd had a bad attack. But she just went.
Was it just like coronary artery disease or congestive failure?
Oh, she had an enlarged heart. She had everything.
Uh-huh.
And,
of course, guess back then they weren't that sophisticated with exactly what was going on.
Yeah, we used to put them in oxygen, 10 liters a minute, and let them sleep their life away. Things have changed.
Well, let me zoom in here on the tombstone. Scott, read it. I can't see it from here. Oh, here, okay. Marguerite J. Carr. What did the J stand for? Does anybody know?
No.
Joyce or Jennifer? Is that J or an I?
Here's Charlie Hazlett.
It's J. Is that relation to Dr. Hazlett?
Now here's the Charles Hazlett down here.
And who was he?
Dr. Hazlett.
That was Dr. Hazlett? He was one of the old-time doctors, huh?
He wasn't so old when he died.
Well, no, wait a minute. What was it, the doctor that was killed in his...
That was Shane's.
Shane's, yeah. He had a boy that was in school with us.
He was murdered. They never found his wife. Never found his head in Oregon.
Oh, I thought it was a car accident. That...
Nope. They never found their car either. And his body washed up on the shore off the Oregon coast, minus the head.
Were they out there vacationing?
Yep.
And they didn't have...
No, they lived there.
Oh,
but
moved.
They were on a vacation, on a short vacation along the coast.
Were the kids with them at the time?
They didn't have any children.
No,
this was the son, the oldest son.
That was killed.
And their oldest daughter, she became an MD, and then she became a lawyer.
Well, no, wait a minute, but their parents were killed in a car accident.
Yes, Dr.
Yeah.
James.
Yeah, that's the one I remember. So they only had one son, didn't they?
Two. Tink, the youngest.
Tink, I remember him with the big ears.
This was the oldest one.
But it wasn't Tink that was murdered then?
No.
Oh, God, I liked him. He's really nice.
The oldest one. And Tink is a registered nurse.
He is? Where is he living, do you know?
In Ohio, someplace with his sister.
I remember he had those big ears and finally he was going to have surgery to kind of reduce them down. And
that's why they called him Tink.
Tink.
And I don't know whatever happened to the other girl, but she married one of the males.
Well, is there anything else you want to tell Georgie that's been going on in Grafton here?
No. Not much right now.
We had...
Run into her friends once in a while, and I never have her phone number, her address with me when I do.
Well, they could always call you if they really wanted to.
I forget.
This is even a better view of the cemetery from up here, Georgie. Yep.
You don't remember her name? The lady I met.
Shorter or something like that.
The lady I met at the Little League game.
Huh?
Georgie.
The Little League game, yeah.
Did she say she went to school with Georgie?
Yeah.
What'd she look like?
Friend of Debbie White's.
Okay, I remember.
Long blonde hair.
She had long blonde hair? Gosh, I remember Debbie White.
Who did Bruce Carr marry first?
Gosh, Mom.
It was his sister.
Huh. I can't remember who he married. See, there was Debbie White and there was Marie Corio. They were all friends of Georgie.
Marie would like to go out. Of course, she's divorced.
Who did Marie marry?
Well, the first one she married had no good. While he was in jail for drugs, she divorced him.
Uh-huh.
I hope Marie never sees this.
Oh, Marie will never see this.
And then she married a cop, and they were divorced. I don't know why. And the cop's married again.
Well, Scott, you got anything to say to Mike or Georgie or?
Tell them you're going to school this.
You don't remember that lady's name and want her address?
I'm trying to think of who had blonde. What was Kathy's name?
She told me about when Georgie set her boyfriend's house on fire.
No, don't say any of this stuff on the tape, Scotty. Kathy Ware. That was another girlfriend of George's.
Kathy. I see Kathy every once in a while.
She had blonde hair. Long blonde hair.
She was the sister. The name is Shorter or something along that.
So it was a sister of the first wife of Bobby Corio. So George.
No. The husband of Marie Corio.
Oh, it was the sister of the husband, first husband of Marie Corio. So
Related to a Burgess.
A Burgess. Georgie probably will know just from that information.
Green light on?
Yep.
Okay, the red light's flashing in front, so you're recording. Now, this button zooms it in or pulls it back.
Okay, we had one like that.
Okay?
Okay.
If you zoom in too close, it gets fuzzy for some reason. We need to work on the camera. Okay?
Okay.
Is it working?
It works great.
Now, kind of save the battery.
All right.
Take it behind that line. Let's go.
Did it go in?
Here, make it big. No. Playing that way in high school?
Hey, no touching.
He's touching, man. You know he's touching. No, you can't.
Howard's coming to referee here. Oh.
Belly's up.
Was that 2 and 2?
1 and 1.
Is that 4-2?
2-1.
2-1. Got here just in time. Howard's going to referee here, this first set.
Oh! Better fix those glasses, Wally.
I know.
No fair, Mike's skinnier.
Face guarding. You see that? Face guarding. Stick his hand in my face like that. That's face guarding. That's a nice park.
Yeah, it is.
Should have brought another basketball.
Do we have another one? We don't have another basketball.
3-1.
How long is this one going to be?
3-2.
3-2.
5, 20.
20?
Take all day. 5.
Play to 5, so Howard can play the next set with you.
Go ahead and beat it quick, Mike. 4-2.
Mike's good on the score here. Was that a shove?
Huh?
Was that a shove?
Who? Me?
Oh, foul.
Counts. 5-3.
5-3.
There were cars parked down at that other court,
Which one?
down by Joel's.
Oh, we're there. Okay. This is better here. They have a place for the kids to walk. And this is it, isn't it? 4. If Mike gets this one, that'll be it. Now does that?
No, it did not hit the rim. 5-4.
5-4 who? You? So let's go to 10, okay? 10.
All right.
God, I hope this tape turns out. Now we're getting serious.
He's shoving.
I know. Where's the referee?
Huh?
Howard.
He shoved, Howard.
6-4.
3.
Hey, there's some good moves there.
6-5.